I think it's time to bring back Rettinger's Rants. If you're new to the channel, it's a segment I used to do where I just yelled at something going on. And I think that this phone merits rants coming back, at least for one episode. Galaxy Note 7. Hands down, my favorite phone of the year. I loved it so much, I went out and bought one for myself. I loved the screen, I loved the way the phone felt, I loved the pen, everything about it was awesome. That is until the phone started blowing up. They did a recall, and I respected them for it. Other manufacturers had phones and batteries that exploded. It happens due to the lithium-ion chemistry in the battery, but not many have issued full recalls. So I commended Samsung. And now reports of 5 replacement units are blowing up, which means Samsung really had no idea how to solve the problem, or there was more than one problem in the first place that hasn't been addressed. And to make matters worse, it appears that Samsung is trying to cover things up. According to The Verge, Galaxy Note owner Michael Claring had one of the replacement units that blew up. He said it was just sitting on his nightstand, not even plugged in. He woke up in the morning and there was smoke in his room and had to be treated for an acute form of bronchitis a few days later. He'd been communicating with Samsung, who asked him if they could take the phone. He's declined, but then he got a text message from Samsung, presumably not meant for him, which read, "Just now got this. I can try to slow him down if we think it'll matter, or we just let him do what he keeps threatening to do and see if he does it." Which presumably meant go to the press, which he did end up doing. It's time for Samsung to cut their losses with the Galaxy Note 7. And that is not something that I say lightly, not something the company should take lightly. There's probably $1 to $2.5 billion loss Samsung's going to have to take. But the reputation of the Note line, even the company as itself, is really at risk here. I'm not trying to be an alarmist here and scream that your phone's gonna blow up, but there is a greater chance the Note 7 than any other device that you are going to have some sort of smoking or fires in your device. If it happens maybe when you're not home and you have your phone left on your bed, you didn't bring it with you, or during the nighttime, there's potential for catastrophic damage. The phone started smoking on a Southwest flight. If you've flown recently, there are warnings everywhere to not bring a Galaxy Note 7 on an airplane. That is a risk that Samsung cannot afford to have. They made an incredible device with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more fatal flaws. It's time to move on from that. Focus all of your R&D on making sure the Galaxy S8 is incredible. Make sure it is solid. And most importantly, make sure the damn thing's not gonna blow up. I don't know if the Note line can ever rebound from this. Maybe we'll see a brand new line of Samsung phones come out, but I think the Note line is forever damaged from these fires and from these smokings that are happening. It's been tough to see, especially on a phone that I really have liked so much, and that aside from the blowing up, was a really solid piece of hardware. So the moral being, if you haven't returned your Galaxy Note 7, like this one, do what I'm gonna do. Take it back to the store, get something new, get your money back, and be thankful you're not one of the very small group who's had a phone explode. And again, not trying to be alarmist, I recognize there's a very small chance your phone's gonna blow up, but a better chance with the Note 7 than any other device doesn't seem worth it to me. What do you guys think? Are you gonna take your Note 7 back? Is it gonna deter you from trying to find one? AT&T has stopped selling it, presumably by the time you watch this, the other 3 US carriers will stop selling the device as well. It's gonna be harder and harder to find. If the carriers don't want the risk of carrying the phones, maybe you guys shouldn't either.